מפי עוללים ויונקים ייסד את העוז.
This morning was the first morning after Rosh Hashanah. So Rosh Hashanah for me, it was amazing and incredible, but it was also, being cooped up in the house for 2 days pretty much with my children was also tough. So I was really, really eager to get everybody off to school and nursery school and kindergarten as early as possible so that I could have like a full morning to myself and to do like my project and do my own thing. But so basically, I got my three older daughters off on time to the school bus, and so all I had to do was get my 2 younger children off to kindergarten and nursery school. So I got them dressed, early in the morning, and I had like their shoes on and their sweaters on, and everything was all ready to go. And then all of a sudden, I heard something. What did I hear? I heard something that sounded like pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. So I went to the window, and I saw that the sky had turned black, and the heavens had opened up, and it was pouring rain. And I said, "Oh no!" And my 4-year-old said, "Ema, what happened?" And I said, "It's raining." So I'm like grumbling, and I get everybody out like their waterproof boots and like their raincoats, and I find the rain cover for the baby carriage. I've been grumbling the whole time, and then all of a sudden something sort of switches, and I realize something. I'm like, wait 1 second. He said, and I thought, we're in the middle of a major drought in the land of Israel. And I and many other people, like all of last winter, we were praying and praying and praying that God should send us rain, that God should send us more rain, that there should be the end of the drought. And then all of a sudden, God sends us the rain. It's not 100% exactly the timing that I would have preferred. Like I would have preferred that he'd done it, at 9 o'clock in the morning when I'm already back from bringing everybody to, nursery school. But, thank God, like God is answering my prayers. God's answering our prayers. And what am I doing? Like grumbling? So when I was walking my kids to nursery school, in the rain, and trying to have like a positive attitude about it, then I realized that this story about the rain, it's almost an exact metaphor for motherhood. Because I think, I think all of us, we pray so much to have children. We pray so much, when we're pregnant, and then when we want to be pregnant again, like how much we pray to have more children and to give birth and have like a healthy baby. And but then when we're actually in like the reality, like when we're in the middle of Rosh Hashanah, our child has just spilled orange juice all over like the floor, and the 2-year-old just made in his pants, and the kids have made like a mess, and you're trying to get everything ready for lunch. It's so easy to start focusing on like the minor irritations, as though like the minor irritations are like everything, like that's like the whole picture. And totally to lose sight of like, this is what I prayed for. Like this, I'm living the life of my dreams. To connect with the fact that you're living a life of answered prayers. So for me, this past Rosh Hashanah, I think because of like this tension between like the minor irritations and focusing on like the big picture that I'm living a life of answered prayers, it was really, really special for me to pray at a synagogue, a very, very special synagogue. It was like a one-time synagogue that was a one-time minyan that was set up just for Rosh Hashanah by a very, very special family. In fact, in our neighborhood and probably in Jerusalem and beyond, this is a pretty legendary family. They're the Witt family. And the Witts have 14 children. And most of those 14 children have gotten married and established, and they're having children and building families of their own. So now there's 14 children and over 25 grandchildren. May all of the extended Witt family, may they all be blessed this year, with health and happiness and infinite blessings and everything good. And so this family, they decided on their own that they're going to have a Witt family synagogue, a Witt family minyan for Rosh Hashanah. So it was really, really special for me. I didn't get to synagogue so much in Rosh Hashanah because I had to be with my kids. But the little bit of time that I did spend in synagogue, I sat next to Emunah Witt, who's the matriarch of the Witt family, which was an amazing thing to sit next to her, because she's one of my favorite people in the whole world. But beyond that, she's really an inspiration, because you look at this woman and you know that this whole minyan, this whole synagogue exists because of her. Like, this is a woman who, despite the hardships and despite the difficulties and despite the challenges, she decided, like, she was pregnant and gave birth and raised 14 children. Like, that's incredible. And just knowing, like, that this whole minyan, this whole synagogue exists because of this one woman's self-sacrifice and determination to, like, raise a big and holy Jewish family. But I think more than that, like, I think it was very inspirational for me to be with her on Rosh Hashanah, because she's a person who, like, really, the small stuff, like, just doesn't even register with her. It's just not even on her radar. We took a break before blowing the shofar, and you see, like, one of her grandchildren, spilled water all over her coffee table, and another grandchild, he had hummus in his hands, and he got the hummus all over her, like, beautiful Rosh Hashanah dress. But, like, she doesn't even flinch. Like, it just doesn't register with her. Like, she's a person who just has her heart, like, her whole focus is the big picture. Like, I am living the life of my dreams. I'm living a life of answered prayers. So, I want to bless all of us this year. There's a standard blessing that we bless everybody with, a Shana Tova U'Metuka. So why do we say a good year and a sweet year? Like, isn't it enough to say it's a good year? Because in theory, we know that everything that God does is for the best. Even when things are difficult, even when things are hard, we know, okay, God, in theory, this is for the best. We also for a sweet year, that we should experience, even like the difficult things, we should experience it as sweet. So I'm going to bless all of us this year, that we should really be blessed with a good year, and with a sweet year, and that, the blessings of motherhood, that we should experience them as sweet. Even when things are tough, and even when things are a little bit, difficult, it doesn't go exactly, and there are the minor irritations, it doesn't go exactly in accordance with our plan, that we should remember that these are the children that we prayed for, and that we are really, really, truly living the life of our dreams. I want to bless everyone with an amazing week and an amazing new year.
נתת ילדינו, הם נרותינו, נתת שבתותינו, נכיר נשמותינו, מתנה טובה נתת לנו, מתנה לנו לילדינו, מתנה טובה גנוזה בשמי מרום, מתנה טובה שבת שלום.